Today is April 23rd, and the Yankees lose their first series of the season. Throw it all in the trash, and let's go home. Let's talk Yanks.
Hate it.
John Boy and Jake.
Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your
Yankees news. Time news is time for talking Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks, brought to you by SheetGeek. My name's Jimmy, his name's Jake, and BBD is producing. The Yankees are losers. Jake?
James, Davis, everyone who's with us. Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Burn it down. The fourth place New York Yankees, Jim.
Oh, is that really where they stand?
They're tied with the Blue Jays at 13-9, and the Jays would have the tiebreaker right now. Orioles are 13-7. The Rays are 19-3. Early standings check in. And yeah, I mean, I think we need to be full disclosure with the people because I've got my kind of sailor fedora hat on. It was a warehouse weekend, so we were getting weird with it. We went to the game Friday night.
Boring.
And then the Aces duel yesterday, and then a sneaky duel today that, hey, the tightrope act that I was very excited about, the results of the previous 4, 5, 6 episodes of Talking Yanks, not as happy now as we walk that tightrope one more time, and we lose our first series of the year, and it's to the Jays, who they were happy to do it as they gave the Rays their first loss and series loss of the year.
Yeah.
And we know they need anything to latch on to because that's how they operate. So happy for them. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of tough that going into today and the magic of the 11 wins and series-deciding games, Clarke coming out with how tough the start of his season is, and then to have the game play out like this is probably the toughest part about it, but it's also like, all right, we are now into the season, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they were going to lose a series.
For sure.
And
1,000%.
I like the lineup they're playing, but it's a very young lineup. And the bench is kind of not there. And whatever.
Okay.
Still some good stuff going on.
Okay.
It's just one series loss.
Let's talk about it together and get through it, kind of.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what Talking Yanks can be.
For sure. That's a lot of the plan of the show is we'll recap what happened and chat about it.
And that's brought to you by MLB 9 Innings. You know, hey, if you want the Yankees to win today, you download MLB 9 Innings, and then you play as the Yankees and you win. Kind of a no-brainer.
It's in your hands.
Kind of a no-brainer. They've got a ton of game modes, league mode, different lengths of season you can operate on. Live PvP, they've got 2,000 player cards to collect, the most up-to-date Roosters, logos, ballparks, and uniforms, and historic players. Larry Walker, Walter Big Train Johnson, Jim, a favorite of yours. You got your mini doc coming out on him soon. Jim Thome, Ty Cobb, Lefty Grove, you name it, we got it. MLB 9 Innings, go download it in the App Store today, or, Jim, you can click on a link in the description.
Easy enough.
Random.
I was at game one, but I think I need you to burn it for me, especially the people that weren't there.
Right.
And maybe some people were there, but they didn't really take it all in.
Right.
So they're going to like, hey, what happened again? What was that?
I don't even remember. It's Sunday?
It is Sunday. So let's burn game one.
Yankees, Blue Jays, and the Boogie Down Bronx. And we've got Domingo, Ana Viernes, Herman, and what do you say? Kikuchi. You say Kikuchi. He toes the slab for Toronto. What's your name? Who's your Vladdy? Can he hit like me? 2-run homer from Vladito, but bottom 2, let your chain hang low. Hit the music, Oswaldo. No, we don't do the full song, but he cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1 Jays. He gave me a necklace, but like a drunk, abusive dad, the Jays took the belt out. 2-run homer, 2-run double from Brandon. That's it. That's all. Yankees lose 6-1 final.
That was dark.
It was a little dark. I questioned it for the Bern, but I mean, it's very displayed in cinema and stuff like that that I just thought, I don't know, I thought it was kind of out there. Losing series.
Ew, it was dark. That was dark.
It's a dark episode, Braj.
Nothing really happened this game. There's no managerial decisions as far as pinch running, pinch hitting. No real bullpen discussion to have at the point they made the change. You bring Abreu in, unless there's people saying that Herman shouldn't have seen the 6, but I don't think there's people saying that.
You think there's people saying that, but you don't think there's people saying that.
I haven't seen anyone saying that. I don't think there was anyone saying it at the time. He was looking pretty good. He had the 2 runs in the first inning.
Right.
And then through 5, that was the only runs they scored on him. At the stadium, I had no inclination to be like, maybe you shouldn't bring him back out for the 6th. So I don't think it's loud. But he walks Chapman, and then Brandon Belt hits the homer off of him, which we've talked about Belt in this short porch a lot, how much he'd like it. I don't even know if it was a porch job or a deep fly ball. The one play in this game, I guess, Jake, it would be the Judge off his glove, which then broke it open even more later on.
Yeah, so we'll paint the picture a little more. We are doing our ball and play tournament. It's like a cricket baseball hybrid. There's a season or a tournament out. We were filming another one, so maybe go check that out. You might like it. So we had a bunch of pro cricket players in town, and so we went to the game, took the lads out, and they're into it. You know, they're having a good time. They're appreciating Yankee Stadium. And then, 6th, 7th, 8th inning rolls around, and, they're kind of sitting there, and, me, Jimmy, Joe's are kind of doing like if the Yankees get a rally going here, this is going to get cool. But it, never happened.
Never happened.
The offense never gave the stadium a chance to kick in a gear. And then, you're down 4-1, and you're hoping, for a base runner or 2. When they go down 4-1, 1-2-3, Judge, Rizzo, Glaber. 7th inning, 1-2-3, LeMahieu, Peraza, Cabrera. 8th inning, 1-2-3, Jim. And then 9th inning, Judge gets a single, but it's a 6-1 game. So, the 6th, 7th, 8th innings where you could get Yankee Stadium going with a base runner, you didn't get one.
I thought you said hecka, like hella, but you meant with heck, a base runner. Yeah. Heck a base runner. I thought you were going to say with a heck of a base runner like Volpe. Yeah, and then Abreu, so whatever. I thought Judge might have grabbed that one. He kind of, with the home run he robbed too, he kind of uses the palm of his glove.
It was a little surprising. I mean, would have
been a nice play.
We're so used to if Judge gets there, he makes the play, and for him to run it and jump, it was a little surprising. But again, he scored 1 run.
It was a nice run though.
Yeah.
Righty homer.
Yeah.
From
Oswaldo Cabrera,
who had a nice hit in the next game as well.
Game 2, you think?
Yeah, which I think we should move on to in the natural order.
You love Game 2s this year.
This series, I'm not going to lie, I'm a big Game 2 guy.
Again,
the one game they won was Game 2, and I enjoyed a lot of the things that happened.
That's crazy. That's love.
Yeah. So, might be a quick burn for you because, or it might be the longest burn in the world. Stay tuned to find out. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Ace is wild, the cheater versus the eater. I'm always joking. I like both of these pitchers. Cole versus Manoah. Ooh. Giddy up, and they did. Goose eggs on the board into the 8th. Jim, the chosen one. Volpe Mania, 2-run porch job. The kid from the Yanks will win this game. Oh, no. Danny Bleepin Jansen, game-tying 2-run homer, but like someone who hates everybody loves Raymond. Eat shit, Romano. DJ 26 walks it off. Cole to some greasers. Ryan, Clay, Wandy, and Jimmy C. Yanks win 3-2 final.
So I got to let the people know about my day. I was blind all day on Saturday.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. I have cuts on my eyes, and that's why I'm wearing my glasses now and will be for the next 2 weeks. And my left eye did not open all day yesterday, and my right eye only opened if I held my hands over it and looked straight down.
Right.
So there's not much to do when you can't see. So after all the doctor's visits and stuff, I just got home and slept.
Yeah.
So, I mean, credit to the blind. But I didn't have anything else to do. So I had to woke up at 8, and I had some vision. The medicine started kicking in. Right. And I was a little bit like Schrodinger's cat.
Okay.
I didn't want to check the score.
Right.
Because the Yankees, when the series on the line, had gone 10-10 or whatever, 10 for 10 or whatever, you know. And I was probably a good hour of me not checking the score to build it up. I didn't want reality to set in. I didn't want to open it up and they lost.
Right.
It was very weird having literally no idea.
Yeah.
Usually you miss bits and pieces. You still know. When I opened it up, it was on ESPN. The first image was the walk-off. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yanks don't lose when the series is on the line. Can't do it. Won't do it. Walk off. Loved it. And then I watched the game on replay, and it was pretty good. That guy Cole, he's good.
Yeah, man. Gerrit goes toe to toe with Manoah. These two have a little bit of history at this point. And yeah, I mean, hey, first inning, Springer single. Vladdy double, and they held up Springer. I don't know.
I was surprised about that too.
I think it was funny. If they knew this was going to be 0-0 into the 8th, they probably sent him there. And he locks in. He throws, after going 3-0 to Matt Chapman, who's been one of, if not the best hitter in baseball early on this season.
The curveball, that was nice.
Back-to-back nasty slider curveballs from Cole, and then he punches out Varsho 1-2-3. So that's... To go from 3-0, runners on second and third, hottest hitter in baseball up, and then you throw 3 straight strikes, no contact, looking, swinging. And then, I mean, the rest of the way, man, Cole did his thing. It sucks. He hits Espinal on the wrist, and he's really hurt. That's no fun. But, hey, how about it? Manoah worked out 1 or 2 jams. Otherwise, I mean, man, does he like pitching against the Yankees at the stadium, Jim?
He's good. I mean, he's not having a great season so far, but people were saying that his slider was back, Manoah, in this game. It was different. It had the bite again. That's what some people were saying. With 2 strikes, his slider was not great. But how about Volpe with the big 2-run homer?
Yeah.
Wandy gets got.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. And then DJ comes through with the big hit.
Clay Holmes comes out in the 7th.
Yeah. Well, what did you feel? How did you feel about Cole? They did a mound visit at first and kept Cole in, and Boone went out to the mound.
Yeah.
Little gut check. That was, kind of interesting. And then Varsho gets the single off him. And with Kurt coming up, they bring Marinaccio in. Right. What do you think about that move? I mean, he was at not that many pitches, but it's coming off complete game shutout.
Right.
I wonder if that had anything to do with it. I didn't hear the post game.
We might have to
chat. If anyone's in the chat, can you let me know if you listened to what Boone said in the post game about taking Cole out?
I guess here's where I was at, and this is what surprised me. If you're giving me 96-pitch Cole on a shutout or Ron Marinaccio versus Kirk, I think I want Cole. I love Ron Marinaccio's best pitch is that changeup, and that's more effective versus lefties. That when he walks Kirk, which Kirk put on a hell of an at-bat, 7 pitches, when Belt came up, I actually felt better. I liked that matchup better. So, I don't know. It ends up working out. That's kind of where I'm at on it.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it ends up working out. The Belt scared me because he had the homer and the double in the game before. But Arani got him. And then they do the thing where they don't do it to manipulate it, but they do it to manipulate it, where Clay Holmes comes in with 2 outs, and then Wandy comes in with 2 outs, and they all do up-downs. And the Yankees do that to manipulate the rules, but they don't, according to Boone on this show. But I contradict that.
You seemed hesitant to say some of that.
They're just so formulaic with it that it has to be to circumnavigate the rules, even though he didn't want to agree with me.
Hey. Silly. Another guy that I don't know if awards will clip him on the way by. Jimmy Biceps.
Yeah.
Pretty big double play ball. Comes in for Wandy, gets George Springer, who he's another guy that's tormented the Yankees the past few seasons, and that sets him up for the walk-off.
Jimmy Biceps. Romano didn't look great. I don't know what his season's been doing, but, I mean, Rizzo double, Glaber single, Willie Calhoun walk. Yeah. Thick.
Auto ball to start that at-bat.
Yeah. And DJ with the single, with the infield in, so that was cool. 5
infielders.
Don't care, said DJ. He didn't even count them.
No.
What?
The batting gloves.
They had what?
That's crazy. I mean, I love I played soccer goalie, and goalie gloves tend to be the smelliest consistent thing in sports. His batting gloves are... his bare hands are touching the bat.
Yeah, my hockey gloves are like that, or still like that.
I don't know. I guess I'm happy for him.
I don't like new
He
equipment.
likes it.
I don't like new equipment, so I would do the same way. My hockey gloves, the entire palm was sweat through and broken.
Right.
And I liked feeling the stick with my hand, just protecting the outside.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's a hockey guy too.
Right?
Yeah, he's a hockey guy too, so
Remember?
maybe he likes that.
COVID times, he was just slap-shotting on the wall.
Yeah. There's a cricketer, Steve Smith. He changes his gloves out every 15 minutes because he likes brand new gloves. I was just listening to that. He's got a lot of quirks like DJ.
Sure.
And he has one of the ball boys, I don't know what they call him in cricket. Every 15 minutes, he'll go ask for brand new gloves.
Must be nice.
He doesn't like them when they're sweaty and wet.
Got to be good to do that.
Yeah, you got to be pretty good. He's one of the best batsmen in the world. So, anyway. All right, game 3.
The third and final game of this series.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've got ourselves another rubber match in the Bronx. The splitter versus the Schmitter. Gossman and Clarke take the bump for their respective teams. And we got more eggs on the scoreboard. It must be Easter weekend all over again at LeMahieu. Stop laughing. V for Vendetta. Volpe, Vladdy, Varsho. Error, Homer. It's 3-0 to 4-5. Yankees lose their first series of the year as they drop this one 5-1 final.
Boo! Boo!
Boobs.
Boo! I will say this.
Say it, baby.
I like Gossman. I think he's a good pitcher. I have also said this when the Yankees played the Orioles, and they had to face the Orioles closer. I forget that guy's name. Felix Bautista. The splitter is a pitch, and I don't know the facts on this, but you just don't see a lot in the minor leagues, especially guys that are throwing it as like a wipeout splitter. In Japan, it's rampant. But I just think it's a pitch that you see curves, you see sliders, you see changeups, you see fastballs, you probably see two-seam fastballs, It's usually a pitch, and I remember because I read the book all about pitching, that guys would find once they were in the majors. Like Robbie Ray is throwing a splitter this year, and he never threw one. Like, you get good enough on the basic pitches, and then you develop those ones when you get to the majors. And the Yanks have a lot of rookie batters in this lineup. Volpe, Oswaldo, Peraza. And I just think that's like something to watch out for across the league. You have rookie batters, and they see a splitter or like a true fork ball, It's just a pitch you don't see that much.
Yeah, and I would be interested to hear more about the learnings of it because, if you're a pitcher in Japan, you basically throw one. It's almost like you go fastball to splitter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem, and I think why a lot of American pitchers don't necessarily go for that is, I think baseball's been a little dumb for a couple years, and like we got to start respecting like, hey, Japan's pretty good. That splitter's a really nice pitch when it's right. B, I think when it's not developed, like you're saying, a lot of major league pitchers that come into it later, I think early on splitters get rocked because a bad splitter is worse than a hanging curveball. Like a hanging curveball can still back up or you could swing under it. A bad splitter just sits in the middle of the plate and gets popped. So when you see a guy that has one of the best splitters in the game, and it's why Kevin Gausman's been so good, and he does this to a lot of teams. So
he didn't throw one splitter today for a called strike, but he threw 20 of them, or he threw 36 of them, not one for a called strike. He got 20 swings, 11 misses, 2 put in play.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, 11. So 31% called strike plus whiff percentage on the splitter, but no called strikes. Kind of nuts. And in Japan, they use a smaller ball, so it's much easier for them to throw the splitter. Anyway, not a full excuse there. Just an observation that I think is interesting from an inside baseball level is like when you see a guy with that pitch, or I'm trying to think of other pitches, like back in the day if there were still knuckleballers, like, first time seeing that, like what? But the lineup doesn't get much done at all. And Clarke, I think we might talk about him on the next half of the show. But the one is the decision. I don't know what the bullpen situation was today. I know that in game 2 they used Wandy, they used Clay, they used Marinaccio, but they didn't use any of those guys the game before. So I don't know who was fully available. King was available, so it kind of opens my eyes right there. Right. But I think when Volpe makes that error, I think, and I was almost saying this in live time, basically, I think you give Clarke his win there. You say, hey, King gets ground balls. He escapes jams. Let's let him do what he can do. You've done a great job, Clarke. I'm not going to let these fucking mashers see you 3 times in a row. I just don't think we're there yet. I mean, you don't say all of that out loud to him on the mound, but I was saying I think you give him his win there. You pull him.
Yeah, you were saying this in live time, so I'm not saying it's for Booney, and maybe we'll talk about it, or maybe he's talking about it right now, but like Clarke was good, right? Like I will say, looking back at the inning before that, there's 2 lineouts and a double. You're coming through the Blue Jays lineup for the 3rd time. Like you're saying, there are bullpen options. Mike King ends up pitching in this game. So, yeah, we've always been pretty big fans of getting the win, and Clarke's a guy who – and we're not talking about literally the baseball win. We're talking about having a winning day. Clarke Schmidt's had a couple tough days at the ballpark recently, and he takes on the mighty Blue Jays, and I – when Clarke was struggling, I said, hey, the Blue Jays might be his team this year because they're still so righty heavy. And he has a really nice outing that obviously ends with tough blemishes against good players. And that decided the game.
Yeah. Volpe with his first error in the game.
Tough one.
Yeah, that's a routine play. I mean, it's
one.
his first one. They happen, obviously. You hope this doesn't happen a lot, but
that's a tough one.
Yeah, just gobbled him up.
Yeah, and that's because we've seen a couple times now that he's good at keeping his body behind the ball. That he's smothered a few, and then he's able to pick it up. And this one, he was not able to. So, tough.
Let's get to the back half of the show.
You think so?
I think so. We give out a lot of awards. Two that are mainstays.
Right.
And then we get
and then it kind of like
give out awards. Sometimes they're, people have heard them before. Other times, not.
There's that. Jim, the second half of the show is brought to you by DraftKings. The baseball season is in full swing, and you need to get into it with the DraftKings Sportsbook. If you see a pregame money line wager you like, so basically, if you see a team that you think is going to win, you place a $5 bet on that team, and if they win, you will get $150 in bonus bets. They got their same game parlays. Rack up a couple bets you like and make even more if you win. Join the big league action now on DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app and sign up with code YANKS. New customers can bet just $5 on any pregame money line and get $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code YANKS. Jimmy.
Promo code Yanks. All right, the first award we give out here is
Pride of the Yankees.
Oh, proud of the Yankees. I'll rock chalk here. Take Cole.
Wow.
He's pretty good, Jake.
Yeah.
He's good on the field. He's good off the field. I'm giving him this pride of the Yankees for on the field reasons, first and foremost. But I do want to discuss some of the off the field reasons as well. I mean, this is one of the best starts to a season. There was some. Here it is. Gerrit Cole puts up numbers in his first 5 starts that only Roger Clemens has reached since 1901. I read that on the Yankees subreddit. And then there was another one, too.
Jimmy hasn't given up a homer.
Nuts. 34 innings pitched this season, 36 Ks, 3 earned runs, 0 home runs. He joins 91 Roger Clemens as the only pitcher since 1901 to have these stats or better through their first 5 starts of a season. Thanks to Yankees Muse for the info. Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely phenomenal. He goes out there with Manoah. Did you see what Manoah did on the entrance? He when Cole was throwing his first pitch, Manoah was walking from the bullpen and kind of slow walked to like make him wait or like mess with his timing or just take his time. Just, I don't know. The Jays are desperate to be a rival with us, and they asked Cole about it. And he just said didn't notice.
Yeah,
he's so good at that.
His pressers are good, man.
Let me.
We've had a few behind the scenes conversations of like if the sticky stuff broke him down a little, if he's gotten a little older, like wherever Gerrit Cole is at right now, it's awesome.
Yeah, here's the audio. I'll put my mic to the computer.
I mean, I get all of my motivation from inside this clubhouse.
Read anything into Alek arriving just as you were about to throw the first pitch there in the first inning?
Didn't notice.
Good stuff. Stay taking the high road. I was explaining to some of the cricket guys, no, I don't even know if it was to them. I was just talking.
I think it was Jack and Zoe.
Maybe I was talking with Jack and Zoe. Yeah,
basically
the
crickets.
cricket guys. That the Yankees are great when they stay in the high road, and when they try to trash talk back, A, it's like they're not good at it, and B, they always get their shit pushed in. So I like that Cole, leader in the clubhouse, is putting this energy forward. Because, Manoah said he cheater and talked and didn't back down, had quotes before the game, didn't back down. So I do like that energy from Cole. That's part of the pride. The other is the phenomenal outing he had. When Marinaccio gets Belt to pop up and Judge catches it, his reaction in the dugout is really funny. He's just fully jumping up and down cheering. Yeah, it's great.
Gerrit Cole, man, talk about how's your start to the season? I saw they did the overlap last year's first 5 to this, and it's like, I think there's like 6 homers or something, and the fact he's keeping the ball in the ballpark is it's pretty crazy.
That is nuts. How many home games has he thrown?
I don't know.
I'll find out.
Thank you. I'm operating off phone only, so if...
No, it's more rhetorical, just like, wow, 4 of the 5 have been at home. So that's even more impressive now to me that he hasn't run into a homer. I mean, he averaged a home run a game last year.
Right.
Damn. That's really impressive.
He's been great.
Good job.
Fantastic.
Well done, Gerrit. Who's your pride?
Jim, this might be the hardest pride of the Yankees to give out in this young season.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I had two options I was going to roll with, and then I realized that I am a great friend of God, so I got to go first today.
Yeah. All three of Gerrit Cole's pride of the Yankees this year were given by Jimmy.
Oh, well, Jake doesn't like
So
get
because
call.
Jake doesn't like Gerrit Cole.
Yeah.
Big fan of Gerrit Cole.
There's no record to show that.
The peekaboo
You've
at
yet
the
to
Orioles
pride
game.
him.
Just not on record.
Got some hairs growing in my nose. This is tough.
I have three guys.
I have three guys too, but I think one you can't because of today. And then it's two guys and one's, you know what? There's a right answer. It's DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah.
It's DJ LeMahieu.
I agree.
As you run through the processes,
Yeah.
DJ has the game-winning hit in Game 2. He was the only cat who hit this series, Jim.
Yep.
4 for 8, a 500 batting average. You know,
He had 3 hits game 3. Doing his darndest.
Ickif goes 2 for 6. And then Glibber's got 3 hits that like nobody put together a series. And you know, Volpe era today. I can't give you the pride, kid.
Wow.
And we already talked some Clarke, and maybe we'll talk some more. But
Volpe wasn't one of my 3.
DJ didn't have any eliminators,
No.
so he gets the pride.
Pinch hit, walk off.
A pinch hit, walk off in the Bronx.
Do you need me, coach? What do you need me to do? Win the game? Okay.
I need 1 hit. Done.
They're playing in, DJ. Just hit it hard.
5 infielders. Ooh, I love it.
Boone's, bench coach was like, "Do we about to tell DJ about? Hey, DJ, they're bringing." And Boone was like, "No, don't tell him.
I kind of like him.
It doesn't matter."
I like him knowing and then trying even harder to hit a ground ball past them.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, I'll take you.
Oh, there's 5 out there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, what did you make of Judge taking Judge and Bader going to the ice hockey game and bringing Volpe after his first homer?
Devils fan Anthony Volpe. They kind of swept that under the rug.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd that come out?
He's a New Jersey guy.
That doesn't mean he's a Devils
I
fan.
think it's on like his Instagram and
okay.
social media and stuff. So that was a quick sweep. And Bader doesn't care. He just likes the spotlight.
I love that Bader wears Yankees gear
Yeah.
out. You don't see that a lot.
Hey, Harrison Bader loved being a Yankee.
Trev actually told me that the PA tells them not to do that.
Yeah.
Says
funny.
Tells them to not rep, don't like brand whore for the team.
Right.
Because they're rivals basically.
Yeah.
Which is a real fucking
And if the PA's listening, that's a joke.
that's such a weird
So,
dynamic.
They've never talked about that.
Well, it could be 10 years ago, might be different. But
Love
Bader
Judge.
wears the Yankees stuff in public. You don't see active players doing that. It's cool.
Love Judge at the game. Love Volpe getting the applause after hitting the homa. I think I saw Judge's wife and my good friend Sam there. So I'm just
Wow.
glad everyone is having a good time.
Wow. Okay. Cool. All right.
All right.
Right.
Ooh. Some of the biggest MFers of the year.
Yankee motherfucker.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give my first Yankee MFer, and I believe he's gotten this before. I'll give it to the big AG, Judge.
AJ.
Yeah, AG.
You're thinking AG Mahmood, your old boss.
Yeah, big. That was weird. That did that. AJ, Judgey. Yeah, I mean he has a bad series.
Wow.
I hope it's not as great. The worst we see him. He at one point had the 3 rookies on the base path for him: Volpe, Peraza, and Cabrera. Come up and he grounded out. And hey, man, when the lineup's like this and we got all 3 rookies, which I am scared to play 3 rookies at once. I don't think that's a winning formula for a team trying to win the division, and we're doing that. And while I enjoy watching them all play, like I'm excited to see their development and growth. Can't have 3 guys developing and growing at once, in my opinion. It's too much. And
You need a lot of other stuff going right.
when the lineup is like that, you need Judge to carry it. He did that last year. It's a big ask.
Burden.
But it's a big ask. But that's why he got the contract, because he did it all last year. Carried the whole lineup. So The OBP was down as well. No walks, I think. So, yeah, Judge is my MFer this series.
Do you know the last time Aaron Judge received MFer?
Didn't he get one this season already?
He got one. I believe this is his first of this year. Let me double check that.
man,
There's some Hicks MFers. It looks like Judge's first this
Not
year.
a Judge hater like you.
Nice.
His last one did come. He did get one last year.
Oh, yeah?
It was against the Mets shortly after the All-Star game. I believe that's the night they acquired Andrew Benintendi.
Oh, nice.
That would be
That
the night they
series.
acquired Benintendi.
Tough.
We lost to the Mets. Get Benintendi.
Yeah.
Jack Curry had a good tweet that night. Like, he was definitely the first on it. He was just like, game ended, and he was like, Yankees have a lot of interest in Andrew Benintendi. It's like, okay. So it's done.
So it's done.
That's tough.
It's tough. I mean, the lineup's tough right now, man.
Stern
I
but
mean,
fair.
Boone doesn't have like a bench to go to.
Yeah.
And the rookies are, three rookies is real tough.
Yeah.
When you're facing good pitchers, like high caliber MLB pitchers, having three rookies in your lineup, no matter how excited you are for them to be on the team, how excited you are for their development, how excited you are for their future, at the current point, having three young guys is a tough winning formula.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd counter that with is in this series, I mean, two of the Yankees' three homers came from those young guys, Waldo and Volpe.
Yeah, but I mean, to put rallies together, to like keep going, I don't know. And Judge got the MFer because I need him
Right.
to bring him in when they're all three on base.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Tony Riz. Jim, I'm going Band-Aid mode. It's someone I like. Wandy. In that second game, we like. I
From
feel
the only winning game.
I feel like we were trying to get the Wandy train fully leaving the station. Like, I think there's some Yankee fans that still have Wandy as like the kind of the gimmick seventh inning lefty, and we were like, this guy might be closing games for us soon, and like deservedly so. And honestly, the reason I landed on it, Danny Jansen, dude.
And dude, it was a weird swing. Did you?
God, Danny Jansen kills it. Like, we normally talk to Yankees fans about like, oh, we're making this pitcher look like so and so, and we're like, that's a good pitcher. Like, they're good. They make teams look bad. Danny Jansen, who actually had a really nice season last year, but his numbers against the Yankees are mind-boggling, and for him to do it again, it's just out of Oswaldo's reach. And it was a tough inning for Wandy, and hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
That's how the Wandy wanders.
You know?
Yeah, it was a weird home run, weird pitch, weird home run. It was kind of like, I don't think that combination of things is going to be likely.
Right.
Or sometimes you see Cole throw a first fastball and a fastball counts a homer, and you're like, come on. This was like, what was that?
How? No way.
What?
Really?
Okay, my first award of
Whoa.
the episode is brought to you by, I believe.
Lightbox.
Is this a new one? Is this the one we did the videos for? Because believe
Lightbox.
so.
We've been trying to tell people,
Yep.
don't get your mother or your wife the same lame Mother's Day gift you've been getting them. All right? I'll be honest.
You get him crap. 'Cause
I've been
you're
part of the problem.
dumb young
A
boy.
lot of flowers.
Here's some
They're nice.
flowers.
Now and then. Mother's Day, pick it up with some Lightbox lab-grown diamonds with pricing that you'll understand. Sparkling studs, brilliant necklaces. Take care of the loved one in your life. That's not in there. I added that.
Mm-hmm. When I did this, I said I added, like Jake, these diamonds were grown in the lab.
Use promo code TalkinYanks10. That'll get you 10% off your purchase. Shop Lightbox lab-grown diamonds and use code TalkinYanks10, 10% off your purchase. There is a link
A lot of the
in the
people,
description.
the dumb boys out there, are like, I'll do it when I think of it again. Do it right now because you're going to forget, and then you're going to feel so good when you get ahead of
And
it.
actually, if
I
you're
already
listening
got
like
it.
right now, or if you're listening tomorrow, I guess, it would be a really nice Sunday night activity. Like, wow, I just did something nice for someone else.
Yeah.
Or Monday to get away from the Mondays a little bit. That might be nice. So
Set
I like
tone
that,
for the
Jim.
week.
I like that. Oiled.
I'm going to give an award that I've given out before. And I'm going to give it out again, and I'm excited about it.
Really?
Mhm.
You're doing it?
The Cut It Out Award.
Cut it out.
Cut It Out Award. And this is an obvious one. This is a layup. If you don't make this, people will think you are a fool.
Jimmy, why is Clarke Schmidt getting the Cut It Out award?
Because he cut out his cutter. Now, you might be saying, well, Jimmy, he faced a team with 7 righties.
Did you consider the stepping stone? Or do we need a step before the step?
It is not a stepping stone
Okay.
because the 2 lefties he faced were Danny Jansen and Kiermaier.
Varsho?
Varsho and Kiermaier, sorry. And, 2 out of 7, not a lane of them, so not a stepping stone. Like, I'm still not bought in that he can pitch.
I felt people might be asking.
No.
If it
no.
was a stepping
I mean, I think
stone.
one year we
And
did
I think I
like-
agree with
We
you.
did the Home Depot
Home
award. You went to
Depot,
buy the stepping stones.
Buy the stones.
But the Cut It Out award is going to Clarke Schmidt.
I got that right. Mark that.
Jake did get it right.
I marked it.
For the whole season, even lefty righty, the whole season, his cutter's been his second most used pitch, 24% for the whole season up until this point. And the sinker was 19%. Well, in this game, Clarke Schmidt finally cut it out. And the cutter went down to 10%, and the 2-seamer, the sinker, went up to 20-something. And he got good results. His first, I was even looking at the lefty at bats because he is good against righties. It's not like a knock on Schmidt. But if you look at his first at bat against Varsho, the first lefty he faced, he went sweeper, which is like the looping slider, sinker, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. He didn't even use the cutter. Now, later on in the game, when he faced Kiermaier, another lefty, he did bring the cutter in, but he went sinker first, foul tip, sweeper second, then cutter, foul tip, then he dropped a curveball, and then cutter again to get the strikeout. It wasn't his first pitch. He wasn't throwing it in fastball counts. And I believe from there on, he mixed it up pretty well, but you needed to see that. Like, you needed to see it. I actually would have liked it more of a drop because his other pitchers are better.
Well, Jimmy, I might inverse Avarex you. His last pitch of the day is a cutter home run to Varsho.
Fuck.
So but no, Jim, that might be okay because he goes back to it and it got rocked. So like the cutter numbers are,
And it's like, okay, so then this
put it in full timeout.
maybe the cutter got the stepping stone award
I've been laughing. My side view is pretty funny.
to like get out of here. Get the cutter out of here.
Like for one start, let's just go cutterless.
Yeah, I think you have to, man. Damn.
Because right now it ain't cutting it, Pop.
The sinker was pretty good. Yeah. Forgot about that home run. Bomber. Or I didn't put it together. So cut it out, Clark. With the cutter. Cut the cutter out. I want to be cutterless next start. Who's he going to face next start? Well, I don't want to do that, all that math. Chat will help me out later.
All that math.
What's your first award?
Them jeans. James, I am giving out the Broken Arm Award.
The Broken Arm Award. The Broken Arm Award. So, a flightless bird with a broken wing?
Is that your official guess?
No. I mean, I don't really know who you're. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say, "Wayo, broken arm." You're gonna go. Oh, I figured it out. You're going Oswaldo Cabrera.
I knew you'd get there. You just had to think for a second.
Yep.
Jimmy, I had a friend in middle school who broke their arm, and they had to start doing a lot of activities with their other arm, including naughty activities. Oswaldo hits his first right-handed homer.
Yeah.
We love that for him. And yeah, I think we've all been doing a thing of like, Oswaldo for some reason isn't like a full tilt starter. And some of the offensive stats weren't great to start the year. But he's had a little little mini run lately. And if you look at last year's stats, if I had to guess, I think Oswaldo's going to be a streaky hitter. You know, he likes to be aggressive. And he switch hits, which sometimes it's tough to keep both sides balanced. We like Oswaldo in the lineup. We want to find out what he is. Like when you're talking about these young guys, and yeah, sure, there's times when you don't, you know, having 3 young guys can be tough. Oswaldo gets his first righty home run. Run him out there. Let's find out what we got.
Broken arm award. And then, like I said, he got a nice hit off Manoah, liner into left center. Just start piling them together. 2 a game.
Get on a
hit
heater.
and a walk a game.
Get on a heater.
Get on a heater. One of you do it.
Where are you going? Where to, Hoss?
Dude, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's not IKF because I gave him an award last week, so it's a little redundant having this. He deserves something, but I gave him to him last week. It's the same conversation. Dude, I want to give it to multiple people. I want to do a combo.
You want to do that Franchy, Willie, Hicksy grab bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you did.
Yeah.
I could tell from your soul.
So I'll give the War Award.
Is it going to those guys?
You got it.
Okay.
Mark it down. Jake got it. All
And
three
you know
of them.
what? I don't want 3 points. Just 1 point.
Was just gonna ask.
Would have made an argument. I don't want
No,
to.
just 1 point.
First losing series.
Because I told you
that's
multiple.
not-
If I said
we
the War,
discussed
if
it.
I said this is the War Award and you said all 3,
Right.
I would have given you 3 points because I told you I'm doing multiple guys. And when I said multiple, it means more than 2.
Yeah.
The War Award. What are you good for? War.
Oh, good God.
What are you good for? I mean, they're not even playing,
I'd
right?
love to see when they were making that in the studio.
I mean, Hicks doesn't get
Say it again.
Hicks doesn't get in that bat this series.
That's tough.
Franchy gets 3.
That I despise.
And he goes 0 for 3.
To me.
And Willie gets 3.
Of innocent lies.
So this is a little to the Yanks
Right.
more than these 3 guys, Cashman and Boone. Like, change it up. Make hard decisions.
Yeah.
Who just dumped money? The Diamondbacks with Bumgarner?
Diamondbacks got mad bum. The Arizona Diamondbacks are eating $44 million or something like that. 34.
Make
34.
Make the tough decision
I think we probably owe Hicks
and
34 at this point.
change the momentum of the team.
Or is it in the 20s now?
At this point, it's probably into the 20s. We're 10% through the season.
Make the tough decision. They're going to wait out these injuries, but they keep getting set back. Like, Rodon keeps getting sitting back. Not that that has anything to do with the offense, but like, hey, if you have a bench that you just aren't interested in,
I will say Bader's supposed to start rehabbing. I don't know. But, I mean, Calhoun feels like, he can't really do much.
Like Hicks, at least.
but that's the easy
ostensibly
decision.
can
If
defend.
Bader comes back and Calhoun
Right.
goes, is the easy decision.
Right.
Make the tough decision.
It's crazy. It's
Make
crazy.
a couple of them.
And
Get a
this-
bench that has merit, that has pieces that matter in unique ways. And IKF has worked his way into a very useful role. Like, he's separated
Right.
himself from the pack. He plays a nice center field. In limited action, the ball in play stuff can work. But, you know, hey, this is a game against the Blue Jays. I'm not pining for these guys to play, but you don't have a bench.
Right.
Like, Oswaldo Peraza at third was yup, and then Cabrera in the outfield is yup, and that's an IKF in centers, yup. What does that mean of the next guys? If Oswaldo and IKF are like, yep, I'll agree.
Yeah.
What's that say about the other guys?
Yeah, Jim, I had a nice interaction the other day.
With who?
Can I tell you about it?
Yeah.
I was walking the streets of New York,
Walking the streets.
and this tall fella pops out. He was grocery shopping,
Mm.
and tall people are a little freaked out by me. And I think tall people are nervous to tell short people that they like them. So he walks out, he sees me, and I see him do like the double take. He's like, Jake, right? He's like, I'm a huge fan, man. I was like, all right. So we're walking the same way. So we start yucking. And I'm like, what do you got? That's what I do. If we're in this, let's talk some Yanks, right? We can tell pretty quickly if someone is our type of fan or not.
Yeah.
Like, if someone will give us like, Gerrit Cole's a cheater. Why is he on the team? And you're like, all right, man. Like, I don't know. I get why he's on the team.
Thanks for listening or hearing.
And this guy was like, man, some of these lineups they roll out. And I was like, yeah, dude. Like, I was like, when you go into the season with that bench, you're now going to get injuries that are going to lead to those guys playing. Like, at this point, have we not seen enough Yankee injuries to know that you need a good bench? Like DJ LeMahieu initially was brought in to be a quote-unquote utility bench player because they knew he was going to play. And now we've got this hodgepodge group that it's like, what's Willie Calhoun's best-case scenario? Like, I like Willie Calhoun. He's short. The Yankees think he can hit. He's got one season of hitting, and it's like half a season, and it's a juice ball season. And it was about 5 years ago. So, I don't know. But you're right. There's usually one spot in the lineup each night. Hopefully, their lefty lineup is now a one spot in the lineup we don't love. It's IKF playing center, which, again, he's been fine as a bench guy. Like, in theory, Bader in a week plugs into that, and it's like, okay, yeah, I could get into this lineup. Otherwise, yeah, there's just, I don't know. You can't use them.
Yeah.
There's not a spot to use them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my biggest thing.
Yeah. Not great.
No grapes.
I'm glad you had a nice conversation with that guy, though.
Nice guy.
Tall.
He was tall.
I heard he was tall.
I mean, I think he was like a 6'7".
Damn.
Which, that doesn't normally faze me because a lot of my buddies from growing up are 6'4", 6'5". But yeah, when you get that extra little bit, it's like, oh shit.
Bomber, dude. This guy tall. You get to give out the last award of the show.
Yeesh, Jim. The most prestigious award of the show. I'm going to give the... how should I phrase this? What's the theme here? I'm going to give out the Dodge the Bullet Award.
Dodged the Bullet Award.
Dodge the Bullet Award.
Dodged the Bullet Award.
Dodge the Bullet.
Are you going to give that out to Domingo Germán?
I'm not giving out to Domingo Germán. Like when we covered Germán before, you're right. I mean, it was like a good start until it wasn't, and Yankees offense did nothing, whatever. I'm going to Tony Riz, Jimbo. Tony Riz salvages his stat line a little bit with the homer off of Simber in the final inning, which that's part of the reason I want to talk about him, because thank you for that. Because, again, Simber's like he hits a chord with me.
I mean, the Yankees haven't been shut out all season. You think Simber's going to shut him out?
Simber strikes a chord with me, and Rizzo got him, and I like that. Tony Riz's, the rest of his series is pretty tough. Going into that at bat, he was 1 for 11, no runs, no RBI. Yeah, crazy. Not a lot of walks in this Yankee series. That's odd to see.
I think the pitchers attacked him pretty good.
That, like you said, you gave Judge your MFer, a little bit of a hater. DJ got a pride. He has a nice series. Glaber has a all right series. That the other guy for the Yanks, if we're doing this, is Rizzo. So he dodges the MFer. And I did like the way I want to bring this full circle, and I was kind of missing it, was like him hitting a home run off of Simber does make me like, it's a happy thing for me.
Because you don't like sidewinders.
So, and when you dodge a bullet, like, I'm picturing, someone, like a train passes by their front of their face and they have that moment of like, whoa, that was a close one. So, like, for Rizzo, like, whoa, that was a close one. Your last at-bat was a homer. Get it going. Why not?
I have something important to end the show with. They go on a road trip.
Yes.
Minnesota, 3 in a row at the same place.
That makes sense.
Then they travel Texas. They stay there for 4.
No off day, right? We're playing Sev this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I need them to win 4 games for my 16 wins in April bet.
Okay.
This homestand didn't do too well for my numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been walking that tightrope. It's so funny. Baseball's such a ridiculous sport because they have that split with the Twins previously. They have a split with the Orioles, right? Or no, excuse me, that was the rainout game. But yeah, there's no sweeps, so everything's been 2 out of 3 with a split, and now you lose your first series, and it's like you're great. April, haven't lost a series, whatever you like. I don't want to say it's down the tubes. You can very much have a very good April still, but it's put everything into perspective a little bit.
Yeah. The only way the Yanks can keep winning, which they can, is to keep doing, like with this squad, until they get something different. I don't see them going on a crazy run.
Getting hot.
Of like, we just swept 2 teams in a row, or we just won 8 of our last 10.
I see what you're saying.
Because you still have Brito, Herman, Clarke in the rotation, and you still have Peraza, Cabrera, Volpe, IKF in the starting 9. That's not a great formula to go on a run. You need to get healthy in some places. Bader might help. Bader might be the same.
Bader's going to Double-A. Severino threw 20 pitches. He's going to have a few more live batter settings before heading to Tampa to rehab. Rodon, nothing good. And Donaldson, the weird hammy situation. Is Cole Calhoun going to get a chance to play for the Yanks?
I mean, switch him with one of these other guys. Like, that's what they like one of those 3 that I gave the awards to. I mean, you can blink and be like, thanks, We're going to try something new. Try Cole Calhoun. Give him limited run. If he doesn't play his way into starting, then blink and try someone new until, like, you get to the deadline and you trade for someone big, or Bader's back and stands back and playing the field. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just don't sit idle.
Don't sit idle.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the show. Did we miss anything big? Besides everyone clamoring for us to be like super mad because they're reacting to the first loss of the season.
I mean, the only thing on my mind as I check out this side angle of this hat and this schnoz again. I don't know. I mean, what a probably roller coaster couple days for Volpe, right? You're kind of hit a game-winning home run. You're the king of the city. You're at the Rangers Devils game, and then next day you boot one and you see 2 balls fly out over your head. That's got to be a feeling he hasn't felt before.
Realistically, you need Volpe to pick it up. I mean, we're not at the year where you're looking at stats of a player and like fully grading them correct, like, you know.
Right.
But after this road trip, his numbers need to be higher than they are now, because besides stolen bases, Baseball Savant page, Baseball Reference page, everything is a pretty sore sight for eyes. So you probably need this road trip and the next homestand. After that, I think it might start getting loud.
Right.
And all that love and pressure that love and kind of like excitement might turn into immense pressure.
Hey, come on, kid.
But I'm serious. The honeymoon, I think he has a road trip and a homestand left, and it needs to be going up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are, when you start looking at like the season, they're not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last 15 days, he's getting 358, a 790 OPS, which that resonates all right. But I think what you're saying is also right, that, you know, going on a road trip, and then you'll be back, and people will start forming more true opinions.
A lot of the people saying, hey, it's April. It's April. Me will be like, huh? Yeah, we need more results.
And then it might not be April.
Then it might not be April anymore. All right.
I want to see the high fastballs. They said that on the broadcast. They were like, that's kind of a little hole for Volpe right now.
Yeah,
it's a
you can
little
see
uppercutty.
his like Joe's McFly 1-inning roulette swing. I'm serious, but it's the
Yeah.
same thing. He's like too tight.
Yeah,
He's like his hands are staying too in on
not
him.
getting on top.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the show. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Yankees.